Sean Diddy Combs is one of today's biggest, most influential leaders in the music industry. Combs has involved himself in the music industry for the past 25 years, starting in his college years at Howard University, and in 1993, Combs set up Bad Boy Entertainment, a record label out of his apartment. Combs went from an unpaid internship with Uptown Records to a multi-billionaire in the music industry. Sean Combs proves he is a successful leader by displaying his passion for music, creating positive change, and recreating himself, all while managing to live the lifestyle he wants everyone to become familiar with and more accustomed to. While attending college, Combs convinced a close friend, Heavy D, to sign him up for an unpaid internship at Uptown Records, where he auditioned and later became an A&R executive and executive produced Father MC's Father's Day, Mary J. Blige's What's the 411, and Heavy D and the Boys' Blue Funk in 1992. Combs was fired from Uptown and formed Bad Boy Entertainment in 1993. After more than 1 year of hard work, he finally signed two hit artists, Craig Mack and Notorious B.I.G. Mack hit the big time in mid 1994 with his remix of Flavor in Your Ear single hit the top 10 and became the first platinum record for Bad Boy. At the beginning of 1995, B.I.G. notched the second with his own second hit, Big Papa, reached number 6 on the top charts, Mack's album. Funk the World eventually went gold, and Notorious B.I.G. Ready to Die was certified double platinum. Sean Puffy Combs began branching out during 1995, adding R&B acts Faith Evans and Total, both of whom were connected to B.I.G., as well as another platinum-selling group 112 in 1996. This year came to a turn when the label engaged in a publicized feud of East Coast, West Coast rappers with rivals Tupac Shakur and Death Row Records leader Suge Knight. In 1996, Tupac Shakur was murdered, and 6 months later, Notorious B.I.G. was killed as well. Loss of the two highly successful rappers was a major hit for the music industry. It also brought about an attack from the media on the effects of the hip hop in America. This serves as the perfect time for Combs as a leader to follow Maxwell's advice and create positive change within the music industry. Just 3 weeks after the death of B.I.G., his second album debuted at number one and eventually certified 6 times. The single Hypnotized also hit number one and stayed on the charts for months. Though Combs had been preparing for his own solo debut under the name Puff Daddy, he quit working for several months out of grief of his longtime friend, where he returned in mid-1997. His single Can't Hold Me Down held the top spot on the singles for almost 2 months. Following behind was another monster hit, I'll Be Missing You, a tender tribute to B.I.G., with Faith Evans providing background vocals. Combs' consequent album as Puff Daddy, No Way Out, shot straight to number one and was certified platinum several times over. And in 1998, it won the Grammy Award for Best Rap Album, and I'll Be Missing You won the award for Best Rap Group or Duo. Diddy also created positive change outside the music industry. In 2004, Diddy vowed to make voting sexy, as he announced his newest exploit, a voter awareness campaign called Citizen Change. Referring to himself as Citizen Combs, the media mogul, athlete, actor, fashion designer said Citizen Change's goal is to champion the cause of youth and minority voters, or as he's dubbed them, the forgotten ones, a group comprised of more than 42 million Americans aged 18 to 30 that were eligible to vote. According to Puffy, Citizens Change was a nonpartisan organization aiming to educate and empower groups that Diddy saw as not adequately represented by politicians and thereby not well represented at the polls. The burden of changing this trend is not for the nation's leadership alone, he said. We cannot hold politicians accountable if we don't hold ourselves accountable. One could say Diddy took presidential election to recreate himself. However, recreating himself is one thing that Diddy has no trouble with. Diddy is most important for recreating himself by changing his name. Diddy was born Sean Combs, but in the late mid-90s he was known as Puff Daddy, then P. Diddy, and then Diddy. Some may think this could be very confusing and misleading to consumers. However, Diddy lives a lifestyle where the only thing constant is change, including his name. He not only recreated himself with his Vote or Die campaign, but also with many other business ventures outside of music. Diddy is a clothing designer with his own label called Sean John and acquired a niche from Liz Claiborne, and even designed away jerseys for the Dallas Mavericks in the 2004 season. After the start of his line, Diddy began capitalizing on merchandising. He now has a cologne line, a set of headphones, and copyrights any slogan that originates himself. In 2007, Ciroc's parent company, London-based Diageo, brought on Sean Diddy Combs to take the reins of all marketing and branding for Ciroc. As a result of this deal, Combs would acquire half of the profits in an equal share venture, according to Bloomberg. The branding appears to what has set Ciroc apart from its competition. According to Symphony IRI, Ciroc has grown by 552% since signing Combs as the brand manager and chief marketing officer. Ciroc's massive growth can be contributed to marketing team, the Blue Flame Agency, which utilizes various forms of media. Ciroc indefinitely featured a viral video campaign, social networking platforms, billboards, and in the lyrics of popular songs, and even sponsored events. Combs has even adopted the moniker Ciroc Obama during Ciroc's marketing campaign that coincided with the 2008 presidential debate. Despite negative attacks throughout his life, Sean Diddy Combs has developed long-lasting relationships with other music industry leaders and his followers. And because of those relationships and the leadership skills, Sean Diddy Combs proves that he is one leader in America that is here to remain.